Good morning, and welcome to the video. Today is day 2 of Verdict Watch, and this is just a quick live to let you all know what's going on this morning. Of course, the jury is back deliberating again. They're almost at 8 hours now, as far as the deliberations. They had a few questions yesterday. They've also had a couple of questions this morning. So yesterday, one of the questions they had was about a particular juror. They said that the jury the jury sent a note saying they were concerned that one of the jurors could not follow the judge's instructions. So the judge sent a note back, reminding jurors of their obligation to follow his instructions on the law. And a later note asked a question about the distribution of controlled substances. And the jury wanted to know, if someone asked you for a narcotic and you gave it to them, is that considered distribution? So they asked that question yesterday. The judge responded to it today. And what he sent back to them was, the word distribution means actual, constructive, or attempted transfer. To distribute simply means to deliver, to pass over, or to hand over something to another person, or to cause it to be delivered, passed on, or handed over to another. Distribution does not require a sale. So when the jury gets that response back, which really was just a definition of distribution, I don't know what they're going to do with that. I think this definition was something that the defense and the prosecution agreed upon. The prosecutors initially wanted the judge to respond to their question with just saying yes. Well, of course, if they said, okay, if somebody asks you for a narcotic and you give it to them, is that distribution? The prosecution said, Judge, just tell them yes. So of course the defense wasn't going along with that. So what they agreed to was sending the definition of the word distribution. So it'll be interesting to see what the jury does with that. I think a lot of us lay people, when we're not challenged with delivering a verdict, we would not likely view distribution as you ask somebody for a narcotic, they gave it to you, and now that's considered distribution. And maybe our thoughts on that is colored so much by other cases, by what we've seen, maybe even in movies and on TV. So I think a lot of people, when they think about distribution, they're thinking about, you have a quantity of drug, you have such a quantity that it is obvious that you are going to distribute, sell, profit off of this significant amount of drugs. I think it's a lot of us lay people, how we typically think of distribution. I don't think we normally think of distribution as, if somebody asks you for a narcotic and you gave them to it, that is quote unquote distribution. So we'll see where the jury falls on that, and if they go by the letter of the law or whatever they're going to do with that definition. So this morning, the jury has now asked 2 additional questions. They asked for transcripts of 2 witnesses' testimony. We don't know at this point for which witnesses, but they have sent a note. And I'm sorry, not 2 questions, but they have sent a note for transcripts of 2 witnesses this morning. So that is where we are at this point. How close the jury is to wrapping all of this up, who knows? I think a lot of people predicted that this would probably go at a minimum into Wednesday, but we will see. At this particular moment of this recording, they are actually 7 hours and 53 minutes into deliberating. So we'll see what goes on from here. If there's any other significant news or breaking news, and definitely if there's a verdict, I will definitely be popping back in to let you all know what's going on. One other thing they did mention, just somebody who was in the court, they said Diddy's mom is there. And of course, and she was talking with his lawyers, and Diddy talked with her a little bit this morning. and Diddy was telling her to calm down. So I guess she's just, of course, as a mother would be, upset, stressed, worried, concerned about what is the outcome, and said that Diddy told her to calm down, that everything was going to be okay, and then he complimented her on what she had on. So there's that. All right, y'all. Thank you for checking out this live. It was very brief. And if you could give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about what's going on with this trial. What do you think the outcome is going to be? And if you are not a subscriber to my channel at this point, why not? Please, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd appreciate the support. And until the next time, bye, y'all.